mean, we're inspected probably twice a year from Volkswagen. You know, the lifts we have are all maintained by our company. That, you know, we're part of a 13 dealer group, and then Volkswagen comes in and inspects our equipment. And I mean, what we do is a 4-point lift, and you know, everything that we do is up to specification.
Undercoating is stripped away because it's metal on metal there, and it looks like somebody's lifted in the wrong spot here and bent it over.
I mean, it always looks like it's showing signs of wear. I mean,
I'm not saying that was done today, but what I'm saying is the only shop that works on it is you guys. I bought it here. You know what I'm saying? When I look around your lifts, they're all metal on metal.
Right.
You know, nobody else lifts this up but you guys.
Right. Which, once again, I think we're assuming that that's not a correct practice.
Well, the metal's bent. So how do we fix that? How do we prevent that? Are you saying that's inevitable on every car?
Well, I think if you lift a car up enough over however many years, I mean, there's obviously going to be some sort of wear. Wouldn't that be reasonable? Wouldn't that be reasonable? That there's going to be some wear over time?
Well, what I'm saying is the factory jack has the thing where it lifts on the metal.
Right.
Where it's reinforced right here.
Right. Which, once again, if it's a single point lift, that's the load bearing point. So the entire weight of the car is at that point. You know, with a 4-point lift.
I'm not trying to pick on you guys. I'm really not. Okay. What I'm saying is it concerns me because I think in the long term it's going to get worse and worse. You know what I'm saying? I'd like to see something differently done on it.
Okay. I mean, I'm sure we can fabricate.
If you look on VW Vortex, this is a common problem nationwide. This happens everywhere. I mean, I've got the thread open. I can show it to you. Like, everybody talks about how the dealership always bends their pinch welds because they've got the same kind of lifts. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I understand that you guys got 14 dealerships. I'm not mad. I'm not yelling at you.
No.
I'm just trying to convey my point. But, I mean, are all 14 of those dealerships Volkswagen, Audi, or Porsche? Or do they deal with American cars also, you know?
3 of them are Volkswagen.
Okay, so I mean...
And plus, you know, websites like VW Vortex and those other I mean...
I know they're
quite
unofficial.
frankly, they're, you know, I mean...
They can be inflammatory, I understand that.
Certainly, and I mean, I've got to tell you, Volkswagen of America is an extremely proactive company. And if they have different standards or different, you know, requirements for us, and I've got to tell you, we're very highly regulated, extremely highly regulated, you know, on almost everything that we do. And I mean,
the bottom line is I see that being a corrosion problem. I see that being a corrosion problem. You know, the undercoating is stripped off, and there's bare metal there. You know, I see that being a corrosion problem. I mean, that is, you can't tell me that paint's sealed on that where it's been over and mangled.
Right, but
that's going to be a corrosion problem. This car is 9 years old.
The paint finish on the underside of the vehicle is going to be completely different than the paint finishing on the rest of the car. I mean, all of the rest of your car is also clear coated. I'm going to guarantee you that the underside is not clear coated.
It's not, but it's weatherproofed. It's rubberized. There's a rubberized coating. That's what that is.
Sure, yeah, absolutely.
And it's meant to seal it, to keep the worst of the elements out. I mean, the older Mark I Scirocco's, for example, had no kind of rust proofing at all, and that's why you don't see them anymore. They're gone. They're rusted away. The Mark IV chassis is a lot better, but it still has the vulnerabilities where these pinch welds are. And it comes from bending them over.
Well, I mean, we do take good care in trying to lift these vehicles because obviously if you damage one, I mean, it's bad news. But I mean, at the same token, I mean, could you say that a business has too high of an entranceway if you scrape up your front end going in and out of the driveway?
No, this is a low car.
But I mean, that's what I'm saying. What I'm saying, sir, is I don't know any other place that's a safe point to lift this vehicle that won't be damaged. I mean, look, your brake lines are here. you've got fuel lines running here.
Well, that's what I'm saying is most commercial lifts have those pads that have the grooves in them for that purpose. It's a thick rubber pad with a groove in it,
Right.
so it takes the weight off that pinch weld. And that's what I'm talking about.
I mean,
I've seen them everywhere.
I know every year we spend hundreds of thousands of dollars staying compliant with Volkswagen's special tool program and everything that they need in order to conduct business every day. They have never sent us anything.
But does that mean they're right? Because they've always done it that way? I mean, is that what you're saying? There's no possibility that could be wrong?
I don't think we're disagreeing with you. I mean, what we're saying is that, I mean,
what I'm hearing is we spend a lot of money and it's always been like this, and we don't see a problem because it's always been like this.
well, certainly for you, sir, we can fabricate some foam pads that we'll put on there for the next time you're in, and we'll make sure we use those. And I'll certainly phone my Volkswagen representative and bring up this concern. And by all means, you're more than welcome to call customer care and express your concern as well. But I mean, I'm just responding. I'm also not yelling at you. I'm just responding.
Yeah, and I'm not, picking at you guys. I'm not jumping them, but I mean, like, it looks like somebody's jacked it here at some point, and the rubber coating's taken off here. And I mean, even when I had front end damage, the shop back here did the work on it. And the only other place it's ever had service done was at a VW dealership in Virginia.
Did they have those special lift pads?
I didn't notice then, honestly. It's 2 years ago. I bought it in '04, March of '04, and I ended up in Virginia in May. So, I mean, it was 3 months old when I took it there.
I've never heard of that special fitting for lifts. I mean, we could certainly look into it. I mean, we could certainly, do some research and see if.
I mean, some of the lifts are made with pads on them. I mean, we have a couple of the blue lifts.
I mean, they're
with the
replaceable.
rubber
They just got a couple bolts on them that hold them in place. You know what I'm saying? Most of these pads have like a bolt hole on them. The lift pads have like a bolt hole on them.
Right. Well, we have one that has rubber pads on it. That certainly would cushion it a little bit, but it's not going to stop the weight from bending that pinch weld over. I mean, I understand what you're saying. It's going to stop it from scraping metal to metal.
Well, no. I mean, if it's firm enough rubber, it'll put pressure here and here where it's reinforced on either side of that pinch weld. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Right, but I mean,
And
realistically, it would have to be about an inch slot, at least.
Yeah.
An inch slot.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just saying, I mean, it concerns me because I think this is going to be a long-term problem. I plan on keeping this car forever, And I don't want it to rust. That's what I'm trying to prevent. That's why I'm bringing it up.
Sure.
And it might not be one lift. It may be, 100 lifts over the life of the car bends it over flat, But every older Volkswagen, 10 years older or older, I've seen them mangled, just mangled. But, that's not, I'm not suggesting that those cars have only ever seen a Volkswagen dealership either. You know what I'm saying?
No, I know. Well, once again, I mean, certainly we appreciate the feedback because, I mean, I'll be honest, we do our best to take care of cars. I mean, we have, constant, meetings about, making sure that we respect our customers' property and that we, treat these cars with utmost care. I mean, it's certainly something that we pay mind to.
You got a couple cars here 2 years old or less? I bet if we go and look at them, I bet they're showing the same kind of wear.
Well, they may, but I mean, those cars weren't exclusively done by one particular dealership or another. That's just right.
Yeah, it just put my face. That's why I was like making sure it wasn't something nasty. What would you suggest I touch that up with since they bent my hole there?
Can you buy those plugs, Jim?
Yep.
I would imagine you can.
Yep.
But I'm going to need to touch up that undercoating with something, right?
Well,
It's metal there. I can see metal.
I mean, I would be really worried that water's intruding in there. I mean, that body plug is obviously pulled out by a tow truck driver. We would have never pulled that out.
And even on a flatbed, they use those chain tie downs.
Yeah, well, they're supposed to go to the axle.
I wouldn't put a chain on an axle.
I've seen them do it a lot.
That's not good. That's not good.
I've even put the thing in the bumper for them, and
Right.
they want to hook up underneath
Yeah,
here every time.
Yeah, that's why that tow hook is in your kit. That's the best place to pull this off.
Yeah.
And to tie it down there. I tell you what, we can do some research, sir, and we can definitely contact Volkswagen and see what they recommend us do for the future.
Yeah, that's fine with me.
As far as touching that up with something, I mean,
If you tell me what to get, I'll buy it and I'll do it.
I mean, they probably have like, there's all kinds of like undercoating that you do like for beds of trucks and stuff. I mean,
Okay, something like that.
yeah, like an anti-rust, real thick.
Some of it is, you can get it in a spray bomb can, and it's pretty decent. Like, I think it's called something Rhino.
Yeah, my brother.
That's right, yeah. I gotta tell you, most of these Mark IV and up, I mean, hardly any of them you see with rust on them. They do a really good job of
Well, until it's rubbed off.
Right.
Give me try and get him a body plug or something. See if I
Do
can.
we have one?
I'll check him first.
I'll buy it. I'm not asking for it for free. You guys can do it.
I mean, he'll be up there.
John Mason, call 401. John Mason, call 401.
You got it looking still pretty good, I'll tell you.
Second bumper. All the grill pieces were replaced. Somebody on 275 hit a road gator and kicked it up, and it split the grill. I mean,
What did that bumper cost?
And it was insurance.
Oh yeah.
They did it over. Randy did it.
I think they call these. I think they call it like Thunder Bunny or something. The way that design, that Thunder Bunny front. I've heard those bumper covers are like $1,000
Probably.
just for the
Wouldn't surprise
just for
me.
the cover. Yeah.
Wouldn't surprise me. Randy did the work. His group.
No, it's and I appreciate you bringing that to my attention. I mean, our lifts are designed like that, and certainly, our lift companies that come in here, rotary lifts, are the company that puts them in. They would definitely
And maybe they don't
let me know.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe they don't understand, because that would be fine on an American car, because American cars don't have pinch welds like that. That's kind of unique to how Volkswagen, the VAG, how they manufacture cars.
Right.
Ford, Audi, that's kind of unique to them. Their unibody design. Yes, if you look at the pads here. Yeah, that's what these